Good morning everybody, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, Sunday the 27th of October. Sorry about the sunshine today. It is a lovely day, but it does make it a little bit hard to do any video filming, or where I want to do the video filming anyway. I'm just doing a short video here about my guava. This is a, I think it's a yellow or green, well, it's a yellow or green guava. I guess it's green skinned, probably yellow or white flesh. I've had this one of my longest guavas I've had. I suppose it's about 18 months, and it's I'm about to take it inside because the temperature today is about 7 degrees centigrade, 45 Fahrenheit, but it feels quite warm because there's almost no breeze. But they're talking about temperatures for the next week or so dropping at night to about 3 degrees centigrade, so about probably about 37, 38 Fahrenheit, and really that's colder than I want to leave my exotics outside. If you've watched the other videos, you'll probably know that I've brought most of the others in now, but I had to leave out 4 or 5 plants I felt needed spraying or needed to be pruned before I took them inside, because most of the other plants I'm going to have to bring in without cutting them back, but some of them, like this guava, are just going to be too big to fit into my kitchen. Now I must admit, one thing I hate doing when I've been growing a plant for a couple of years is to cut a load of it off, because it seems such a shame to cut it back, but to get it inside and also to encourage it to grow the way I want it to grow, it's unfortunately become a necessity. Now, one of the problems with this plant, when I bought it, it was only about 18 inches tall, but the nursery that had been growing it had already cut the growing tip of the plant out to make it bushy. Well, that's okay, but that's not ideal. I didn't really want a plant that was only 2 feet tall, because I haven't got anywhere to put it where I can grow a lovely wide bushy plant. I would prefer if they left the growing tip on so that I could grow it to about 4 or 5 feet tall and then cut the tip out and allow it to bush out from there. So what I'm trying to do with my exotic plants, because they have to come into the house in winter, I'm trying to keep them to a manageable size, but hoping that they might still flower and potentially even fruit. So what I'm going to try to do is keep most of my plants to a maximum of about 5, maybe 6 feet tall, and then keep the width pruned back to so they're about 3 feet wide overall. So what I want to try and do with this guava is, it's got this sort of like spreading, I don't know if you can see, I'll move the camera a little bit closer if I can. It's kind of got a lovely spreading, arching shape to it, but the problem is it's spreading out and it's only about 3 feet tall. So what I'm want to try and do is encourage some of these shoots in the middle to come up a little bit taller and then allow it to spread out. So it's going to be absolute torture to cut it off, but I'm going to cut off some of these stems. Now, you probably won't be able to see here, but I've got a shoot here that is more upright than the one coming out. So I'm going to take this one off above this shoot, which I hope is going to encourage more vertical growth there. Same thing with this one here. There's a shoot coming out here that I think is going to come up a little bit more. Basically, I'm going to I've just got to take a lot of the width out and hope that some of these shoots will grow upwards more. I mean, it is torture when it's grown so nicely, but it's going to be too wide to put it where I need to put it in the kitchen anyway. And it may well be that cutting it back is going to encourage a load of new shoots for next year, which I'm hoping might get some flowers on. I mean, we may never get fruit because I think our season will be too short, but try and get some fruit. So I'm going to take this shoot out. You can just about see there's 2 shoots here which are quite vertical, so I'm going to take that shoot out just above there. I will make sure that I leave leaves on some of the shorter shoots, so that it's still got plenty of life in, plenty of life in winter. But any of the shoots that are too old, I'm just going to take a load of these ones back off here as well, because this branch is coming out too far, so I can't see any buds on this shoot. If I take it back to there, I'm fairly sure guavas are very precocious. I think that they may get some. I'll get plenty of side shoots come out, and what I'm hoping is I may be able to use some of these as cuttings. It's not easy to root them over winter, but I'll have a go. Anyway, so that one's okay. This one's got some damage on it, so I'm going to take it back a few steps. This one here, I'm going to leave that shoot on the end so that it's still got plenty of leaves for photosynthesis. This lower one here is coming too far out now, you probably won't be able to see it there, so I'm going to take that back to the side shoot. This little one here has damage, so I'm going to take that back. This may well encourage flowering for next year, just remains to be seen. Take that one to a vertical bud. I'm going to try and pick buds that are pointing vertically on the branches, because I'm hoping that will get it to grow taller next season. Let's come around the other side. I've sprayed this for thrips, so I'm hoping that's cured my thrip problem before it comes inside, but it's going to make it much easier to get the plant inside. Taking this whole side shoot off here because it's sticking out too far. It's going to make the plant a lot more compact. This side shoot here. You can already see the new shoots in the leaf axil, so although it seems very harsh, I'm fairly sure we're going to get a good vertical growth. This branch here is a nice high one, so if I take that off there, it's got an upwards facing bud on it. I'm hoping this will just encourage more vigorous growth next year, but at least it makes the plant manageable size wise. I'm going to take a little bit more off this shoot. I might just leave this one shoot for the moment because it's not really growing where I want it to grow, but I don't think it's going to be in my way inside. This one here again, I'm going to prune back to an upwards growing bud, and we'll see what happens in the spring with these. Other than that, I'm just going to take any shoots that are very thin or crossing each other. I've got one here that's growing straight across another branch, but there's no point having that, so I may as well. I'm going to take that one right back to the main shoot. And I'm just going to shorten a couple of the small ones down the bottom as well, because I think it'll encourage thicker stems. I think guava fruits on and flowers on a mixture of new and old wood, so I don't think I'll be doing it any harm from the point of flowering. There's another thin shoot here that's crossing over others, so I'm going to take that right back to the main stem. I know you can't see what I'm doing very well. There's a thin one here at the bottom I'm going to take out. That's no use to anybody. It seems like harsh treatment, but I'm fairly sure it'll make it easy to maintain the plant in over winter. All the little side shoots at the bottom I'm going to take back about 6 inches. Some of them may be alright for cutting, some won't. And I can keep an eye out for any pests while I'm checking these as well. There's no sign of anything on the plant at the moment, but I'll probably give another spray with soapy water before it goes inside. Take that one back because that's a bad shaped stem. And that one as well. Okay, probably won't to see exactly what I've done, but it's taking it back to a reasonable shape and size now. I think that'll probably do for the time being. And I'm going to have to do my my cherimoyas as well, because they're also a little bit. Let's put that down. I'm going to do my cherimoyas as well because they're a couple of them are sort of over 7 feet tall, and it's just too tall, and the bamboo canes look messy. So if I cut them back, hopefully it'll encourage the main stems to get a lot stronger, and the root system should develop more as well, and there's more likelihood of them surviving in the future and possibly one day getting flowers and even fruit. Anyway, that was just, I know you can't see exactly what I've done, but at least you've got some idea. and we'll follow the plant's development over winter if it survives okay, and I'll be getting the rest of the plants inside a little bit later today before we get the cold nights, and then I'll try and film them when they're inside so you can see what a tight fit everything is. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's Brett out now, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.